uno, go. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome once again to Innovations in Creative Arts on Linden Boulevard. And today we really lucked out. We have with us one of my favorite people, Miss Susan Varo, who's one of our homegrown artists, as you can see. Okay, so Susan stopped in to share a bit of information about what it is that she does, how she got started, and why art is so important to her. Okay, so Miss Susan, welcome.
Thank you very
I'll give
much.
you a hug.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
And forgive the paint. We were painting the front of the building yesterday because you know there's nothing like hands-on art.
Right.
Okay, so tell us, what is it that you do?
I'm a visual artist and I do still life paintings. I do portrait paintings. I do abstract paintings and I do pet paintings. And I also have products that I do, which are keychains, t-shirts, watches, household items, a lot of different
And notebooks. I should have put the notebook out because one of Susan's notebooks has been in our display case, and I bought one from her like 2 years, was it 2 years ago or last year?
Yes,
one of those times.
Exactly.
Okay. And what kind of paint do you use?
Most of my painting is done in oils, which is my favorite medium to use. I also use acrylic paints, but I prefer painting on canvas, stretched canvas with oils. And some of my favorite types of work that I like to do is what I have here, which is still life, but I also love doing portraits and work as well.
I've seen your portraits. You're like well known for Michael Jackson's are fabulous.
Fan, yes.
Tell us the name of your website.
The name of my website is myworksofart.com, and my website features a lot of the work that I do and a lot of the products that I offer and a lot of things personally about me.
Awesome. There's one other product I don't know if you mentioned, like if I wanted to get a new set of bank checks. I think
yes.
you have a design.
Yes.
By which company?
I have Check Advantage is a company that offers me an opportunity to license my artwork onto checks, labels, and check covers. So
I know that's unusual. That's
it's unusual,
awesome.
but it's awesome. And I've had a 3-year contract going on to my 4th year.
Wow, nice. Now we're going to go take a different direction, and we're going to go a little deep because as part of our documentary series, interviewing artists and entrepreneurs, one of the big questions is, how did you get started in art?
It's a very interesting story because I actually love colors, I love shapes and designs since I was about 5 years old.
Wow.
And then
so
by
that's
the time
age 5. All the educators and parents. Age 5 we've got here.
And I started actually drawing and just creating art by 8 years old. So by 8 years old, I started drawing horses, people, different types of animals, locations. But then I honed in on portraiture because it was something I really loved, capturing people, capturing their expressions, capturing moments in time that people look that way, and whatever their experience intends to come out in my work as what I see that comes from them. So it's kind of a give and take. I kind of pick up what people are feeling and expressing, and I put that actually in my portraiture work.
And that's interesting because as an artist, not quite as talented as you, I do know that doing portraits is a real challenge because it's very difficult to catch the eyes.
Yes.
The eyes and the mouth.
Right.
You know, those are two very difficult features to capture.
Right.
All right, so you started art at age 5 and really got into it at age 8.
Yes.
Do you feel that being involved in art at an early age had any effect, positive or negative, on you academically?
Oh,
that's the key question.
Oh, it's all positive. Academically, it's all positive because when you are an artist, you see everything around you, how art is interacting with your elements, what people wear, where people express themselves, the way things are brought to life. It's usually very visual. Like you look at a building, you can kind of see the architecture in that. You see art in everything. So positively, it definitely has an effect. And it also has an effect as an artist because I'm able to convey that to other people and show them the importance of how art is in their community and their lives and culture in general.
Now I'm going to ask you a difficult question, but maybe it's something you can answer in hindsight. Do you feel that being involved in the arts helped your grades go up? Do you I know, because it's a question that nobody else thinks about but me. looking for that correlation between art and academics. Do you feel
I
that
feel
that
it
is?
excels. I feel it excels because if you are confident in something that you do, and visual art is the kind of skill that a lot of people really don't have. So to be able to have that skill and to be able to present it positively and have a positive reaction from that, it also it builds your character, it builds your confidence, and it also shows other people that if you can do it, you can teach someone else and they'll be able to do it. And that also helps you to excel academically because you have the confidence into doing something that you're skilled at, and you're able to pass that on to someone else and builds them up as well.
Beautiful, beautiful. So then the next question would be that just completely escaped my brain. Oh man, it really did. You actually kind of answered all the questions in one. But one thing I do want to ask you before we go into commercial, because we do have to pay the bills, is where is your art featured now?
Right now, my art is featured on Check Advantage on the checks.
Check Advantage.
And I'm working on some things for 2018, which I don't want to say just yet.
You don't have to.
But I'm also trying to bring that out in the community and getting the community involved, and our local libraries as well. So there's a lot of things that they'll be on my website, and I'll be bringing that maybe towards the end of the year. But right now, also, I'm doing holiday cards. So I have a lot of things that I'm doing come for the holiday season. So I'm doing the holiday cards that I do every year, and there's a lot of different designs this year. And they're also available on my website, so people want to go on my website.
Oh, nice. So people can go to your website and buy holiday cards.
Yes.
They can go learn more about you.
Yes.
They can see a lot of your work, especially the Michael Jackson pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Now, earlier you mentioned library. If I went to the library, what else could I find that's been written or done by Miss Susan Varo?
Well, I have a book that I wrote, and it's called The Happening. And it's a very interesting book. A lot of people have read it, and I've got a lot of positive feedback from it. And it was written in 1983 for the year 2025. It's prophetically written, and a lot of things have come true. And it's available on Amazon.com, and you can get it.
And our website, not Amazon, is
InnovationCreativeArts.com.
Amazon is doing just fine. And in the library. I don't mind promoting the library.
And it also has been cataloged in the Queensborough Public Library system.
Yes.
Which is great.
Which, by the way, we're in Queens, so that
Yes.
kind of works out perfectly. And I do know that we had kind of talked about maybe doing a book reading.
Yes.
So that's something, please go to the website. Also email us. Our email address is innovations with an S, creative arts with another S, at gmail.com, and let us know what artists, local artists you'd like to meet. Let us know, when you'd like to have a book reading and when you'd like us to have a gallery show. Because the great thing about being a smaller size, flexible, because as artists we're typically very flexible, business is that we're really able to meet the needs of the community. But before we go, one quick question.
Sure.
I forgot the main question. If you were talking to a parent, and the parent said, well, I don't know if I need my kid to take art, how would you explain to that parent the importance and significance of doing anything creative?
I would tell them that I think it's part of children's development, because children are naturally curious. Children naturally love to create. So I would think that a child learning at a very young age, it would put that discipline in them from the start and give them an idea of how important it is to their upbringing, how important it is to the things that they're involved in. And it also kind of opens them up to being able to express themselves. And then if art is something that they would want, they can also realize that it's part of an education. So that education will take them far, and having that ability along with learning is something that will carry them for the rest of their lives.
Absolutely, and that is so well said. And as we look at the current research, there is nothing but proof that art and music and a lot of these programs should never have been taken out of schools. So now what's going on across the board is they're trying to put a lot of these programs back. Sometimes it's done successfully, and sometimes it's done with an administrator saying who wants to teach dance or who wants to teach art or they have these RFPs that go out, or whatever else. But, you know, coming from education, working as an independent teacher, evaluator, and administrator, one thing I do know is, I know, how do you say this without getting in more trouble than I typically get in, is that not all programs are equal.
Of course.
Okay,
not.
and
Of course
I
not.
think that I don't ever have to see construction paper, cheap paint brushes,
Of course.
or tempera paint
Mhm.
ever again, because everything
Right.
comes out that muddy purple.
Of course.
So it's also having the right material, tools, and equipment and supplies,
Of course.
because you want to produce quality work, and that can definitely happen at a young age. But it's also having an instructor that honestly has a real background
Right.
and a love for whatever it is they're teaching.
Right.
The other thing the research has shown is it doesn't matter what type of art. It could be caustic painting, tie-dyeing, painting on canvas, painting on sneakers, doing t-shirts. It could be dance, it could be music.
Right.
Art naturally makes us smarter because you have to use your brain.
Right.
And I discovered Legos as an adult. Because I had a boy, he had ADD and ADHD and every other, beginning of the alphabet, and he wouldn't sit still. But he did like Legos because he did like cars.
Right.
And since then, I've been able to get boys to sit still and concentrate. And it takes intellect, common sense, problem solving to work with Legos. And we had a boy the other day who came in for the karate class and wasn't having it.
Right.
And I said, do you like Legos? And he pulled that out. And we know Legos is now a considerable art form. They're doing, leading into robotics. I know, Legoland. Okay. Well, in that case, from Innovations in Creative Arts Land, that's not our website, please don't look that up. We'd like to thank you, and I'd really like to thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, and the other thing is, if you'd like to take a class with Susan, because we're trying to get her to come and hang out here with us more, by all means, innovationscreativearts@gmail.com. Please email us and let us know what kind of art classes you want, because in this studio, camera person please, would you show everything? We have everything here, and we also do small class sizes. We work with special ed students, we work with adults, we work with seniors. And this is the place where a lot of local artists not only used to live, but hang out now. So from us to you, see you real soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Awesome.
Okay.